What's up, guys? I'm Jaden Stevens, and I'm joined with...
Jacob Roden.
Devin Ortega.
Jackson Stevens.
And welcome to the All My Friends Are Warriors podcast. This is the very first episode where we actually invited my little brother to be the very first guest of the All My Friends Are Warriors podcast.
Yep.
No claps for Jackson, actually.
Tell us and the audience a little bit about yourself, Jackson.
I'm 10 years old. I play football.
That's about it. All right.
Yeah.
He does nothing else. Sits around. Oh, you play video games too, huh?
Oh my God.
Go ahead.
What else?
I play other sports. I only pretty much play football, but basketball is fun sometimes.
Yeah. At our half times.
Yeah.
No, but it's great to have you on, Jackson. It's kind of cool to say that my little brother's the very first, guest of the podcast.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me on.
Of course.
Always.
Thank you
Nice.
for
Just the one
coming
time.
over and being on. Anyways, so today's episode is going to be, we're just going to be kind of talking about All-Stars. As you guys can see, we have our All-Star jerseys on. Devin and I were All-Stars a couple years back. Jacob and Jackson were some All-Stars this year. And I guess we'll just start off kind of like how we even became an All-Star.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys want to start. Then you guys want to go first?
I mean, I didn't even know about All Stars my first year of football. Actually, I
too.
didn't learn about it till my second year. It was like preseason. I heard somebody saying, "Who do you think the All Stars are going to be this season?" And I was just kind of like, "There's All Stars," and so I just kind of worked my ass off all off season, and then I started working even harder, and then I was lucky enough to be chosen,
Yeah.
and that's just a short little story of how
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually didn't know about All Stars until you and Jaden made All Stars because I was on that 14U team with you guys. I had no clue that there was even an All Star game or anything like that.
Yeah.
And then going from watching you guys be All Stars to me being an All Star is actually really cool. And I think it's actually really fascinating to have you guys be kind of like the role models of my All-Star
Yeah,
career.
well, it was really cool to see you go to All-Stars, too,
Mm.
because you were on our 8th grade football team as a 6th grader, and you were actually doing really good.
Mhm.
Like, when you first came, I couldn't pass against you.
Mhm.
And,
strapping up all our wide receivers.
yeah, our best wide receiver, he would literally, the first practice, this kid was strapping him up, and I was like, oh, my gosh, I can't pass.
Mhm.
Every time you'd be
Neither
on the
could that
field.
Calusa kid that Jacob picked off.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I was so happy. I gave you the biggest hug after that.
Remember,
Um,
remember in the Greater League game where you got your first chance to go in, and Seabass was like, "Don't screw this up, Jacob," and you trucked some kid.
That was Willows.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was
Willows.
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 Yeah.
My bad.
But
Yeah.
anyways,
This guy.
so I heard about All-Stars my first year. They never announced who the All-Stars were going to be, at practice, how they did it for us. They announced that at
God,
practice in front of
it's-
everybody.
It was that year.
Huh?
It's because it was that year.
Yeah. Oh, the 0-8 year. Oh my gosh.
Don't talk about it.
Yeah. I won't go too deep into that. But yeah, I knew about All-Stars my first year, and I wasn't expecting to get it or anything like that because I wasn't the greatest player. I mean, I was all right, but I didn't contribute that much to the team.
Yeah.
So I wasn't like, oh, I better get All-Stars. I mean, obviously, it would have been nice to, but
yeah, really appreciative if you would have been picked, but
I
you
also wasn't the greatest player.
yeah, definitely.
And my second year, going into the preseason going into the second year, I worked super hard, and I was like, dude, I want to get All-Stars so bad this year. And after our third game, we had just played West Valley. I had just played a really good game, had 3 passing touchdowns. They announced who the All-Stars were going to be, and it was Devin and I and then our buddy Holton.
Yeah, Holton was the other All-Star.
Yeah, Holton was the other All-Star. I'm glad he was able to go because
Yeah,
apparently
that was his second year too.
yeah,
Because he got picked his 7th grade year
As a
as well for
7th
the
grader
14U
on the
All-Star
8th
game.
grade. Yeah, that was crazy. So yeah, they announced it after the third game, and I was really excited. And I went into the Willows game, and I played another really great game.
God,
And
just kinda
then-
went downhill from there.
After that, I was 4 really good games in a row. We're 4-0, and I kind of just lost it. I thought I was hot shit, and basically kind of just went downhill from there. Started throwing a bunch of interceptions, and yeah, so
yeah, it just got
basically-
worse. Jackson.
Well, I learned about All Stars my first year, cause when my practice was over, James was still going, and he came up to me and mom, and he said he had this big grin on his face. I just made it to All Stars, and I was like, "What's All Stars?" And so he explained it to me, and I was like, "Man, next year I want to get All Stars so bad." And next year it did happen, but the real, you have to work your ass off the whole entire season.
100%.
It's hard work, but here's the biggest thing: respecting the coaches, having discipline, character,
Yeah.
because they are out there not getting paid for coaching. Like, they have to deal with us.
Yeah.
There's a
I feel
volunteer
like
system.
It's
Yeah,
one.
it's a volunteer system.
Yeah, it's one. It's kind of like one idea to be a really good player and make all stars, but I feel like the next step is to be a great person. Be a leader, be a warrior.
Be an all-star
Yeah.
on and off the field.
Yeah.
Exactly.
'Cause
I feel like you could be great and make all stars, but my opinion of a real all star is someone who's really good, but also has really great character, who's a leader and can actually, help his teammates and stuff like that. That's what I
Yeah,
consider a real
'cause,
all
like-
star.
Exactly.
can be-
like in one practice podcast when you guys weren't there, I said respect your elders, because they probably know more.
Mhm.
Most
Because
definitely.
yeah, most definitely.
Respect's a huge thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you have to, once you get to know them better, you can respect them better,
Mhm.
because they're like at the start of the season, like, who is this guy?
Mhm.
And you build up memories, and then it's the end of the season,
Yeah.
and going up live, next year.
Yeah.
But how I
Yeah, I mean,
but-
coaches play a big role in
yeah,
Yeah.
you growing as a player.
Yeah.
Mhm. Definitely.
and like also, like my first year, I never walked one lap. My second year,
That's good.
I don't know what got into me. It was so stupid. But in my brain, I was like, man, it's my second year. I can do whatever I want. I was like, no.
Yeah. Plus, your coaches, like in that off season, they were all like, "Oh man, we can't wait till Jackson's gonna be back at CV. Like he's gonna be a starter for sure."
Mhm.
So going into the season, you were like, "Dude, I already have a starting position."
Mhm.
Yeah.
I knew I was going to start, because last year they loved me.
I mean, it's like
I'm-
you can't let like all stars get to your head. You make all stars 1 year, or you play really good 1 year. You can't just immediately have that mindset where, oh, I'm gonna be like this every single year. No,
Yeah.
you gotta keep working and pushing.
Do what
yourself.
do what you're told.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, do what you told, and then
'Cause,
some.
Like,
Do your own
I was
work.
like, that's stupid. Like, they're still my coaches. I don't care what year it is. I don't care if it's my 10th year of football. I still have to respect these people that are taking time. I'm taking time out of their day,
Mm-hmm.
so they can coach me.
Mhm.
Yeah. I know there's a couple kids on your team, but one in specific. Don't name drop,
I know.
but kind of like
It was
talk about that. Like
Yeah.
how was that kid disrespectful?
so
and-
I'm not gonna say his name, because if he watches this,
yeah.
probably won't.
Just go. Come
But it was his like 4th year, 7th year of football, and
on. 4th or 7th year, you can't just jump
I
like
don't
that,
know.
Jackson.
I don't remember. Cause he was like on Sunday practices, I could already tell he wasn't gonna be that good of a person this year.
Yeah.
Cause on the first day of Sunday practices, he was jumping around, running around. I can do whatever I want. He's one of those people
It's like,
that he's like, it's not what it looks like. Like, he looks like a big scary guy you don't want to go
Right.
against, which he is, because he's good.
Yeah.
But when it comes to a coach yelling at him, he starts grabbing his face mask, starts crying. Why does he have to yell at me?
Mhm.
Because that happened in Cali Bowl.
Yeah.
Because one of our coaches, he was yelling at us, hustle to the huddle, and hustle to the line. And I was like, he's a serious coach, so I was like, I got to do this because I wasn't doing it all season. So I started, he didn't care if it was a jog or a sprint. He preferred a jog because you don't want to waste your energy.
Yeah.
But still,
Yeah.
like,
Mm.
plus we had to, when he went over crying, we had to have an extra person coming in. Plus he got babied all season.
Mm.
Yeah. I remember one time you did a drill with them, and
I
I got
beat-
to go and watch, and I took a video and
Oh
stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
that.
And
seen that.
you
I beat
flat
him.
backed him.
I flat backed him,
You put him on his back.
and then
I
you
was
know,
happy.
It
But-
shows you
then he starts talking to the coach. We need to teach this coach about respect. This team about respect.
Yeah.
He does, like, that's bullcrap.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, that was kind of funny because
I know.
after you beat him,
He got super angry.
he got super angry and he blamed it on that bag that was in between your legs. He was like, "Bro, why does this stupid bag have to be there?"
Mm.
I mean, yeah, he, I'm sure he's a good player,
Yeah,
right?
he's a good player.
He's been playing for 4 to 7 years, and you kind of get an ego built up. Like I've had problems with this in the past
Yeah.
when I was growing up, and I was kind of always the best,
Mm.
and I let it get to my head,
Mhm.
and I'm sure that's what happened to him as well. He had an ego from probably being one of the best players on the team,
Mm.
Plus, his
that
dad was the
when-
coach.
Yeah,
and his dad was the
the
coach. When a new guy comes in and starts beating him up, he's not gonna like that at all.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because it also
'Cause
shows you the difference.
like-
If you put in the work on the off season
It's like
Mhm.
and in the season, what's gonna happen to
Yeah,
a player
it's
who's
like-
not working who just thinks they're the best?
Exactly.
Seabass said this once in fencing. When we were at the Shasta, he said you could get beat by someone that's brand new. You could beat someone that's been playing way longer than you.
Exactly.
Mhm.
hmm
I feel like you were saying, with someone who's built up an ego over time, I feel like it's like terrible to build up an ego and be privileged just because you have more experience.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, someone who's just putting in that work, every day or every other day, when you're only putting in the work maybe once a week, they're still gonna eventually catch up to you and beat you. And I feel like that's why you shouldn't build up an ego and then shouldn't be
Mhm.
privileged.
It's like
Ego's the
Depending-
enemy.
And
yeah, depending on how much seasons you played or.
And the scary thing about an ego is you don't really notice it. Like it just kind of like comes up and
Yeah.
people start noticing it and people start not liking you. And I remember one time this past football season, my freshman year, this senior was all like, "Oh, he has a big ego and like he's just selfish."
Mm.
Like he was saying that about me.
Oh yeah.
And then I was like, "Wait, what?" And am I? And I asked Seabass, and he was like, "No." And I was just like, I get super, I guess, scared. Like if I do get an ego that starts to build up on me, because I don't want an ego,
Mhm.
because
Yeah.
I know what it's like to deal with someone who has a big ego,
Yeah.
and it's not fun, and it's kind of stressful, and it's like,
Yeah, you'd much rather not have that be
Yeah.
a problem.
yeah.
yeah. And I mean, I didn't think I was having an ego or anything like that,
Mm.
Yeah.
but I don't know. You can't
People
tell
see you
sometimes.
in different.
Like
Yeah.
also, there's this another guy on our team that had a big ego. It wasn't as big, but it was still pretty big, cause he was always, I bet he was thinking in his mind every day, "I'm the best."
Yeah. There's
And
also
he was like a receiver or a running back or whatever, and he was playing defense one day, and I was I think I was tackle or DN,
Mhm.
and the linebacker thing, like when they creep up to the line.
Yeah.
no,
he,
the
like-
showing blitz.
Yeah. His foot is like on the line of scrimmage of where the ball is, and I yell at him, "You're offsides!" And he starts going, "Oh my goodness!" and starts walking back, and then he gets babied by the coach. Cause there's a lot of people that get babied by the coach.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. There's also a point you were kind of talking about ego. There's like a point where you have to draw a line in the sand of ego and confidence.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
Conor
that's right.
McGregor is a huge representation of that. I feel like Conor McGregor, he can come off as egotistical sometimes,
Yeah.
but a lot of that's just confidence.
Yeah.
You have to
He's
be
very
confident in yourself.
He's very.
And there's
confident.
definitely a point where people take it too far and it consumes them. Ego's the enemy. You want to be confident, but you don't want it to go too far.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I feel like
Go ahead.
I feel like a big way to not build an ego is to not be content with yourself, is to not like say you're terrible, but at the same time not say you're like amazing, you're perfect, is to just make yourself work harder every day.
Because nobody's perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. So just work harder every day, and then just complete this, complete that, and work on it as much as you can.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a big way to not build an ego.
What
Like-
Devin was saying about Conor McGregor, there was this cool video, and I know all you guys have seen it. I don't know if you've seen it, but he was all like, he's gonna throw a right hook, and I'm not gonna be there. And I thought that was awesome. And then they fought, and
I
then
mean,
Conor,
he predicted it.
yeah,
Mhm.
Conor knocked him out.
Predicted the fight.
It was crazy, and I thought that was really cool. And that's high level confidence. That's like saying I'm gonna throw 3 touchdowns with 300 passing yards.
Does the exact thing.
Does
what
the
he
exact
says.
same thing, like right on
Yeah.
the dot. I thought that was cool. So yeah, like what you were saying, there's a line between confidence and ego,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and some people get that mixed up. But
Yeah.
just be confident and don't make it to where like you're trying to say you're better than everyone
Yeah,
else, because
definitely.
that's
Yeah.
when the ego starts growing on you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And I just want to go back to something that Jackson was saying. You're saying that a lot of kids get babied by your coach. Is it your coach really babying them, or is it them not being able to take the criticism, so then your coach is kind of forced to baby them? I don't think it's your coach, just babying
Wanting
them.
to.
They don't
Yeah.
want to. They don't
Yeah.
ever want to.
Yeah, I don't think
they
it's their
wanna
coach.
make
Because
the-
like because I'm not gonna say his name, but one of one of the
Flag
play-
on the play. I'm kidding.
one of the players on it, the players that I was talking about would they would crash out if it's like one of those people that has to have everything perfect.
Mhm.
If the
if just one thing doesn't go their way, they get
Yeah.
all mad.
Yeah.
And it's
Because, sometimes, if you're hurt, you can't go in. Because if you
Mm.
have, a broken leg or something like that.
Yeah.
But
and then
he was, I don't know, bro. But I think he's, allergic to ranch or something. And at one practice for Cali Bowl, he had this rash, all over him.
Really?
And
much
he
pizza.
still had to play. And I was like, damn, that's, the first time I've seen push through something like that.
Yeah. That's another thing.
Yeah.
To be an all-star, you have to push through the pain,
yeah,
because one, if you're not playing a lot, there's not that much film, and
Yeah.
they can't see that you're good.
And,
Yeah.
because I have this arthritis thing in my foot. Because when I had cleats on,
Man.
it was my heel.
Mm.
Because cleats, cleats stab your feet when you're in them. When you're running, they kind of stab your feet. And so eventually, I wasn't doing my stretches as good, so arthritis built up in my foot. And so I kind of had to limp and jog at the same time as doing laps. And this is what I really liked about some of my friends. They would come up to me and say, "Hey, you need help, dude?" And kind of help me and carry me. I had my arm around them. And that's what I really liked about my teammates.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It was
Your teammates should be there to help you whenever.
Mhm.
That's another reason why people make all stars.
oh yeah,
Their
Yeah.
teammates are a huge reason why.
Yeah.
If you're a running back and you're getting crazy rushing yards,
that's because
you have to look at their line. How good
Yeah.
is that
yeah,
line?
your
How good
line
is
and
that
your
line?
receivers, because your receivers block too.
Oh yeah, once you get to the second level, who's going to be out there blocking?
yeah,
Exactly.
definitely.
Like for me, when I throw a touchdown, my receiver was able to catch it, but my lineman
Every
blocked
time.
long
Yeah.
enough for me.
Yeah,
You,
That's why you see in the
I
NFL,
feel like-
you see quarterbacks and running backs treating their linemen to
Like-
buffets.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Um,
because you go ahead.
no, you got it.
Not
It's
hold on,
funny.
hold on.
Come on.
Not even buffets, but
Five.
Side
star
course
deals.
sometimes Josh Allen, I think, bought them,
Nah.
or the Bills linemen, the starting linemen, they got arcade games with their numbers on the front. Sometimes they get quads, and then I know that the lineman iced out Josh Allen with this big icy chain.
Uh-huh.
It was kind of cool.
Well, I mean, if you don't give your player not respect,
Like an
but
appreciation.
if you don't give them appreciation, what's gonna make them want to keep doing it for you?
Yeah, and then
Exactly.
especially if you make it say as an inside backer and you have 100-something tackles that season, you also have to think the outside backer who's sealing off the edge and making him run towards you so you can make that tackle.
Exactly.
It goes
Yeah.
along with you as a quarterback appreciating his line and all that. It just goes along with
'Cause-
everything,
Oh, 100%.
and you have to help and you have to appreciate everyone who's helping you get to that position.
Exactly.
Because I'm not trying to be one of those people that are man, all my friends hate me. Like, and they started just listening to bad music and doing all this bad stuff. But sometimes I just feel like in like football, like like most of the people on my team, they give linemen credit, but some people, they just think blocking is easy. Like somebody posted on the story, it was from the Minecraft movie. It was like the trailer. It was like that llama just standing there, and there's like a bunch of zombies and freaking skeletons going through, and the title was POV my line, and I commented, "What the hell, bro? Like, you think it's that easy to block?
Mhm.
Like, you cannot talk."
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
that linemen get a lot of criticism, but
I know.
they're in the trenches guaranteed every time.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Definitely.
yeah,
It's-
they're getting hit every single play.
Yeah,
Yeah.
by
I know.
guys that are wanting to kill your quarterback
Yeah.
and are
It's
trying
like
to do
freaking.
every last thing just to get past you, just to get their
Yeah.
quarterback.
It's like, sometimes you have to, cause like, it's kind of like the same thing on offense and defense, cause the like without us, it's 7-on-7.
Yeah,
It is not that
Mhm.
much
there's
of
7-on-11
a
actually.
yeah 7-on-11.
7-11. We
He's
know.
talking about
Just-
without
I
any
meant
of
like
the
without
line.
linemen.
well, yeah, we
I
know
meant,
you like to go to 7-Eleven a lot, bud.
I meant like the whole entire thing without linemen,
Mm-hmm.
cause like without us, it's not that much of a contact sport.
Oh,
Yeah.
no,
'Cause
then it's
we-
just flag football at that
Yeah,
point.
pretty much, cause we are the first, like
You guys
for
are-
pretty much the first line of defense.
Yeah, you
Without
guys-
the line, you can't really play tackle football.
Yeah, you guys
Yeah.
engage in the contact first before anyone else does, no
Yeah.
matter what.
It's we're full head, we're full on.
head.
We're like full on,
Uh-huh.
we're the first people that get, like
Hit.
hit.
You
yeah.
guys in a sense you guys kind of like get the low end of the stick because you guys could block really well and sometimes you don't even get
Pancakes.
Praised. You know,
Praised.
praised.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
just do your job and
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then every little thing, you're gonna get criticized, especially as a lineman. But in like any position and just life in general, you're gonna get criticized no matter what. So you kind of just have to let that go, and then just like let it just be a voice that you don't really care about, and just let it,
you keep
You're
doing
gonna
your
get-
thing. And
Yeah.
You're gonna get criticized even if you're like the most famous person on the earth. You're gonna get criticized.
yeah
no
you'll
matter
probably
what.
get criticized like even more
Yeah.
because then you have a
'Cause
bigger
then
target on your back.
There's
Yeah, you're
people.
under a
There's people that don't
spotlight.
like. It's like
For every person that likes you, there's always someone who doesn't like you. is
yeah.
what I
It's
feel
like there's
That's
this
it.
funny thing.
What is the quote?
Like-
you go first.
There's this funny thing. Like imagine you're a peach. Some people.
That's a
some-
hard.
some-
Okay, imagine
some,
I'm a peach.
Some people. Some
Don't eat
people.
me.
Some people love peaches. Some people don't like
Kidding.
peaches. But at the end of the day, it's gonna be a peach.
Mm.
Yeah.
It-
And
you
at the
do
end of
your
the day, you're
job.
gonna be yourself.
Mm.
Yeah, there's this quote. I'm not sure who says it, but
I don't know why I did it on the fruit.
No, it's fine.
You're good. You're good. No, it's
You
an
gotta do what you
analogy.
gotta
great
do,
way
man.
to
It works.
relate
You
the
gotta
way
do what you
broadly.
gotta do.
But the brighter light you shine, the bigger
Ah.
shadow you cast.
Uh-huh.
Exactly.
That's just how it's gonna be.
Love that.
If you're famous, and people love you, people are gonna hate you, or maybe not hate, but strongly dislike
Like
you
you,
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
because people love you.
Mhm.
That's just how it is.
Yeah,
And you
definitely.
can't let that dictate how you act and stop you from doing what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You just keep doing your thing.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And like especially like when you get picked for all stars, like I guarantee, like there were some people on our team because there were some people on our team that could have been all stars, like
Mhm.
other than us.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I guarantee they were like, dude, come on. Like I know one person who was probably like, he was not as good as Holton, but like he was a dog. Like he was a freaking dog. He took my spot on defense, and
Oh yeah.
he probably could have been an all star.
Mhm.
There's
but-
a couple guys that were really good on that team.
Yeah, and I'm sure that they were in the back of their mind, kind of upset,
Mhm.
as if anyone would. I mean, if you didn't get picked for all stars, I'm sure you would be a little mad. But I know
Yeah, I
you would
would've
also.
crashed out,
Cause like
I know that you would also be super happy for the people who did.
yeah.
But yeah, you're always gonna have someone that is gonna be like, "Oh, I'm way better than that kid. How did this kid get picked?" And it's like,
Yeah.
look what they're doing after practice. Are they working out after practice?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
'Cause-
every single practice that 8th grade year, there was not one practice where I didn't do an extra lap or extra push-ups after.
Yeah.
Because you
And
know,
then we started getting other people to start doing them with us.
Mm.
Yeah,
That's where we really got the brotherhood out of that team.
yeah,
because it's really, really, you have to, you have to work super hard to get this thing, All Stars. That it's the best of the best.
hmm
I mean, it's,
You know.
you play football, but then there's so many other things. Like, you can be good at football, but then there's so many other things.
You have to
be
work on
Yeah.
it.
disciplined. You have to
Have good character.
have good character.
Yeah, and then
Because All Stars was more than just being good at football.
exactly.
I know if you like got ejected from a game, you're not
Yeah.
allowed to go.
yeah, I was about to say
If
that.
you get a certain amount of penalties, like personal flags, you couldn't go
Because you're
Yeah.
representing
because you're representing
Shriners Hospital.
Shriners Hospital.
Yeah.
And like the Shriners Hospital is basically a hospital who
kids.
it's for
For
kids who can't
that have
afford medical
Yeah.
help,
and
and
they
like
help with
burns and-
orthopedics, burns.
Uh,
It's like a special hospital for that type of
Yeah.
stuff.
yeah.
And it's for people who can't afford that
Yeah.
at a normal place.
you guys didn't have to sell tickets, right?
No, we didn't. I
So-
think next year, if I do make it again, we would have to sell tickets.
You are gonna.
Yeah.
Make, I swear to God, if you don't make it All Stars, you would start on our freshman team.
You
Um,
really would.
No, but Devin and I had to sell, or
Six-
Devin and I and the rest of the 50 somewhat players had to sell 60 tickets at $13 each, and it ended up being, I'm not the greatest at math, but
It was
700, I think, in the 700s, I believe.
700 what? Like 700.
700,
Doesn't
like just between 700 and 800
doesn't
Oh, for
dollars.
one person?
Dollars.
Oh, for one person.
doesn't
Yeah,
the
for one person.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And it ended up,
Hey, Zane, pull that up.
yeah, Zane.
Yeah.
the money
What?
780. That's right, 780.
780
knew
times
that.
55.
So 780 times 55. Who could do it?
78 times 55. Then there's
They
also
need-
two
60
teams,
it's
north
like-
and south.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
look
no,
on my
and there's
calculator.
cheerleaders too.
Cheerleaders.
I
that's
think
right.
in the end, Shriners ended up making
probably
And
like
probably over.
60 something K. I don't
oh yeah,
fucking know. Like,
it'd
I
be
think
an
they
insane
told us it was
amount.
like 60 something K.
yeah.
it was.
And
It
that
was, yeah.
all goes towards helping these people
Who can?
who are going through these hard times, who can't afford this stuff,
Mhm.
but who are fighting
Exactly.
bigger battles than a football game
Yeah,
Mhm.
monsters that they can't even.
they can't even see,
They can't
Mhm.
even see.
that are affecting their lives in so many more worse ways than
Yeah,
losing a football game.
exactly.
because
Like,
I mean, like,
but sorry.
it's okay. But like, if you get picked for All Stars, which is really hard. It's a really good thing because you're representing that hospital.
yeah,
Exactly.
you get to
Mhm.
fight for them.
You get to
Yeah.
fight. Yeah, exactly. Because in my year when I got to All Stars, it was these 4 people that were really, really good. They were like top 4. They were like top 5, and they had to pick 2 people to go to All Stars.
Mm.
And I couldn't believe when my dad said this to me. You were first round pick for All Stars.
Yeah, I knew
Yeah.
you were gonna get All Stars a couple
I
weeks
did-
before you did.
I was kind of doubting it because it took like 2 months for them to pick.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't do it.
Yeah, I mean,
They didn't do it in like the middle of the season back when Devin and I got picked. Like they
Yeah.
waited till the end of the season,
Mhm.
and I was like, so are these kids going to All Stars or what? Like what's what's
I
happening?
know because you're expecting it, but then you kind of get doubtful a little bit.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's kind of like, am I gonna get picked or what?
Yeah, and then I feel like that also goes along with why you should practice character. Because say you are a really big football person, and then you want to make All Stars, and then if you're just really good at football, but you're a terrible person, I don't think the Shriners Hospital would want you to represent them.
No.
As
Yeah.
for if you're maybe not as good of a football player, but you have like great character and things like that, I feel like they'd probably want you to represent a little more than the person who's really good but with
Yeah.
terrible character.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And they're
'Cause-
not gonna know if you're a good person or not. Like they're not gonna background check
Mhm.
every kid that goes to All Stars. So it's like, just
Go above and beyond and be that good person too.
yeah.
Mhm.
Should be a all-star on the football field and off the field.
Yeah,
Not an
exactly.
all-star on the football
'Cause-
field and like half
Terrible.
a star on
Yeah.
off the
My-
field.
Half a
you know?
star.
And
Yeah.
then whether they could see off the field if you're doing good or not, you should just be good just because it's virtuous, and then not just
Exactly.
be good on the football field.
Because
Because again,
Yeah.
you're representing these kids and adults who are going through way harder things than what you're going through.
Mhm.
You know, their battles are much worse. You know,
Yeah.
you're nervous to play a football game.
They're nervous.
they're
to s-
nervous
For
for
their
like
life.
For like,
their
yeah,
life.
save
for
a
like
life,
they could die.
Yeah.
Like you don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
No,
But-
we don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think something fun that we should talk about is like some of the things that went down in the
Oh.
All-Star game.
Yeah.
Devin and I's All-Star game was pretty
It was
competitive.
a competitive game,
we-
38 to 28.
No, it's
36,
36-26, I believe. We won by exactly. I think it was exactly 10
10.
points.
Yeah.
That game was crazy.
Back
a
and
good game.
forth
We-
because
we-
we didn't go win it till like the very end in the fourth quarter
Yeah.
when we had like a pick six to seal the game.
Yeah, pick six, and I know we scored first, and that was pretty good. I was the opening quarterback. Like I was first quarterback to go out, and I thought that was pretty cool. And yeah, we scored first, and then we might have scored another time, but I remember they were up going in. Were they up going into the half? I believe so, or maybe like third quarter. I don't know.
They were up at one point.
They were up at one point, and things were going their way. It was a really close game, but then we ended up just closing it out and just taking care of the ball. We had more offensive time,
a lot more.
a lot more offensive time than they did. I remember they had a kick return and they returned it on our sidelines, and I was just watching. I was like, "Bruh."
Oh, is that where they went up?
Yeah,
I think that's where they went up, yeah.
because they had just scored, and then, or they scored and then we scored. Yeah, halftime. I don't know. I don't remember like the exact score. It was from a long time ago, but still, they were up, and yeah, they got that kick return. But then we just ended up closing out with a passing touchdown, and we ended up winning.
Yeah,
It was
and-
pretty good. But after the game, it was cool because they invited both teams out to the
The center.
midfield.
midfield, center field, and like the main guy, like the main Shriners like hospital guy,
Yeah.
he kind of just talked to us and was thanking us, and we ended up getting this patch that we all get to put on our Letterman jackets when we buy them.
Oh yeah.
He
I
ended
remember
up
that.
giving everyone a patch, and it's a really cool patch, and it was just a really good experience. I think both teams were really good. It was a lot easier for me as a quarterback because I had the best linemen and the best receivers, and it was cool to play with people that I had heard about. Because like
that you've played against too.
yeah, players that were on our team this past year on our team.
We gotta play with. Yeah.
We hadn't have played with them yet, and it was cool to, meet them before we actually got to play with them, and it was just a really good experience. And
Hey, for me, I had one of the harder experiences.
oh,
I had been playing
Oh, yeah.
running back and outside linebacker that whole season. That was my breakout season. I was gonna stick with those positions in All Stars too when I went.
yeah,
But then when it came down to it, it's the All Star team, it's still a team, and you have to make sacrifices for that team.
exactly.
And we had a bunch of really good running backs,
Yeah,
fast,
like-
elusive, could hit hard.
I remember I was like, Devin, please go on offense, but I forgot it's the freaking best of the best.
It's the best of the best, and nobody wanted to be corner
Yeah,
because you don't want to get embarrassed.
Exactly.
You're going against the best quarterback
Best line.
and the best line, the best receivers, the best running backs. You don't want to get burnt deep.
yeah,
You don't want to get head topped. You don't want none of that to happen to you. You don't
Yeah.
want to get beat outside.
Mhm.
But so nobody wanted to play corner on our team.
Mhm.
So there was like 3 or 4 of I think it was 3 of the best running backs who are quick, fast. Me, a guy from PV, and a guy from Chico went to corner and
Yeah.
safety, corners and safeties,
Mhm.
and we were pretty shut down.
yeah. That ended up being a really good secondary.
Yeah, really good.
That
We allowed maybe a couple passes,
Yeah,
Mm.
and
But you
most
guys
of
were
them
all-
got stopped pretty fast.
you guys were on it when it came to like tackling, like open field. Like you guys were on that every single time.
I think our first string defense, our first defensive group,
Oh,
that was like shut down.
yeah,
I
that
know
was-
one time when our secondaries were in, our second team group defense, I don't really know. Because both teams could be a first string defense.
Yeah.
But when our second team defense was in, they were like marching down the field, marching down the field, marching down the field. They were within like the 20. And then the defensive coordinator put the first group in, and we were like about to stop them. I still think they ended up scoring on that drive, but it became
It was
kind of a
like
little more of a fight.
yeah. Yeah, it's cool because that was an 8th grade all-star team, and I feel like that could I don't know. I think it would be able to compete with some of the good like JV teams. Like it was a good team. Like even like I'm not saying it would beat our varsity team, but I'm not saying that.
There's a great chance.
I don't think. I don't know. I mean,
Could be pushing it.
could be. I don't know.
Hey,
Maybe not varsity, but we would
I
definitely.
think JV teams for
JV
sure.
JV teams. Yeah, no, our team was really good. There was some. I know there were some big kids, but especially on PV and Chico. Oh my gosh. Seabass told me a story one time, and you guys have heard of it. It was like, it was one of his linemen were like, Seabass, follow me, in a game that was crazy.
Weren't they playing? I think it was Corning that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like Corning, and Seabass had got a whole bunch of rushing yards because his other teammate, who was the running back ahead of him, had left, and he just quit the team. And so the lineman was like, Seabass, just follow me. And that happened to me in the all-star practice. There was a huge PV lineman, and he was talking to one of the running backs, and he was like, hey, follow me, get behind me. And I was like, yo, this is cool. And it was just cool to play with. It was cool to play with those kids. And
Yeah, we gotta play with them on a team, and then we had to play against them the next season.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because if you in my
Ready
regular
this season
season,
here.
there's this one team, West Valley, and they were really good. They destroyed us.
Oh yeah.
And
West Valley.
there's this. Can I name call a little bit?
You name
Like
drop.
not that good. Like it's like the name of someone.
Yeah.
So this kid named
God.
he was good.
He's saying cover that.
He
cover
was he
the
was
name up.
really good. He was like a mobile quarterback, but I'd say he is better at rushing, because there's like 70% rushing, 30% passing.
But he was still really good at passing.
Yeah, he's still really good at passing.
Especially
He
with
could launch
10
it. He could launch it deep.
Yeah, and
but-
like accurately too.
Yeah,
That kid's gonna be.
He's gonna
Just
be a
hearing what
freaking
you guys
star.
said, he's gonna
yeah,
be
he's
really
gonna be a
good.
star. Yeah,
He just
but
has to keep working.
yeah, so I got humbled by him a few times. He's a good player. I strongly disliked him, and
It's not
because
just like playing against him.
yeah, playing against him, because
He would
he would-
torture
he would-
defense every
he
time.
would cook our defense every single goddamn time.
Yeah.
And when we made it to All Stars, I got to know him better, and he was actually pretty funny, and it was fun. We had good times. And like moral of the story is, don't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah.
Because once you get to know him better, you can respect him better.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You don't really know these guys, but when you play with them, you actually build a connection.
Yeah, a brotherhood.
A brotherhood, yeah.
Just because someone torches your defense doesn't mean you can't like.
Doesn't mean you can't end up blocking for them.
Yeah.
All-stars.
It's like imagine if I didn't play center that game, but imagine I was
Oh, yeah,
I
you were
was his
D-line.
I was D-line. I was the center and he was my quarterback. Like, imagine if I just didn't block for him.
You would have hit him with a follow me.
Yeah. Like imagine if you didn't block for him just because he torched your defense.
Yeah, that's no reason, because
That'd be pretty messed up.
Yeah,
Because
that's messed up.
when you played him, I'm not gonna lie.
he would.
You wouldn't seal the edge, and he would
I
just
know.
run outside, and I'd be like, Jackson, what are you doing?
Because, one time in the playoff game when we played them, they ran it to my side when I played DN. And I took the running back's jersey onto the ground. And I just went, and did like the bow and arrow thing that you did in one of your high school games. I went,
Oh yeah, I did that in football when I threw the.
Have you seen that one clip? It's like kind of going viral recently, but it's
Whoa.
of the D line.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's like
Spams
sacks
it.
the
He
quarterback.
spams it.
Yeah. And
Yeah, I have seen
then like number 73, a big old offensive
Oh, yeah,
lineman
he
pushes him
pushes
away
it,
from
and
his
then he does it
quarterback.
again.
And then later on, he just goes to the end.
yeah.
Yeah,
And then-
Reloaded, I guess.
I think I have
The
seen
Infinite arrows.
that. Yeah.
Loading my
The-
No, I did that one time in Foothill. I went like this. I threw a touchdown. I was like, bam.
And the ref.
and the ref was like, "Hey, dude, it's
Don't
chill
do
with
that.
me, but And then he pointed to some older ref, and he was like, "But with him,
Hey, you crash out on you, man.
yeah, he would not let that slide."
But you know,
Another thing you talked about was the Cali Bowl.
yeah, the
Yeah,
Yeah,
Cali
what
Bowl.
is the Cali Bowl?
So the Cali Bowl is like it's kind of like a tournament. It's for people. So we got invited to it. It's for like teams that are really good. You know, it's it's a privilege to go to the Cali Bowl.
Yeah.
But
I would have loved to go to that. I never
yeah,
even
you
heard
didn't
about
even
the
Yeah.
go
Cali
to it, bucko. No, I'm joking.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, our
Snake.
14 team versus your 10U team.
We could
It's
have
gonna happen.
recruited like from
Yeah.
Shasta. Like we probably would have if
Recruited
if
Augie.
Shasta didn't go to the Cali Bowl last year and we did, we could have recruited like August and them
Wait,
because
did
they.
Shasta go to the Cali Bowl last year?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. If they didn't go to the Cali Bowl last year, then we could have recruited some people
Really?
because they knew who we were back then.
Yeah.
And we
But-
played Los Plumas for our first game.
Was it like a tournament type of
Yeah.
deal thing?
It was like a
kinda?
tournament,
Mm-hmm.
but we didn't. So, a lot of people. We only had 16 players in our
Okay.
normal season. We had like 24, but we had
That's a
We had
small team.
recruits. We had this one really good kid. His name. He was fast. You know,
Yeah.
like
Different?
Yeah,
it was
that's
it was a
much-
different.
It was the Orville kid.
It was the Orva kid,
Yeah.
and he's kind of
Yeah. Was he
Kid.
better?
no. They were like was like barely better than him.
Yeah. It was Vinny
Similar
was
He is a
styles?
beast.
good.
Did
Even
Vinny carry
but
your
he
team?
just gets in his head sometimes. That's
Yeah.
why I didn't make the All Stars. But
Did he
so
make
he's
All-Stars?
no. It was me.
He's the only reason you guys ever won your games.
Yeah,
Like
pretty
let's be
much.
for real.
And dang it, yeah, it was, we played them. It was like 35-6.
Yeah.
But this was the funny part. After the game, I got blindsided by some kid
Ooh.
and got a concussion. It was like right.
Ooh.
Another one.
It was like right in the side of the head.
You can't stop getting concussions from football.
I know. I'm gonna turn him. I'm like Tua Tagovailoa.
Yo, you had to disrespect him like
No,
that. Yo.
no offense to if you're watching this.
Yeah, Tua's gonna find you, buddy.
Yeah.
But you know, after the game last year, we got destroyed 21-0 by them last year.
It's not that bad. That's 3 scores.
I know, but it was like my
Pretty
first
bad.
year. It's still pretty
Hey,
bad.
Even worse second year.
They had this really really big kid. He was like 256, I think. His name was, I think it was Justin.
Big Hoss.
It was just. I think it was
Big
just.
guy.
I think it was. And like I said about if like once you get to know him better, you can respect him better.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Cause they won the championship and got the rings, and I went up to him when they were getting the rings, cause that's where all the parents were, and I walked up to him and said, "Hey, good season this year, bro. I'm gonna look forward to playing you next year." And so he said thank you, and we hugged. It was fun, and
Are you
so
gonna be staying at Shasta? Or sorry, not Shasta. Are you gonna be staying at CV for the next couple of years?
no,
No. Are you going to Shasta next year?
yeah, cause it's closer and
Closer,
more.
yeah.
CV is more money.
Groundbreaking news, guys. My brother Jackson Stevens is moving
He's
to
entering the
Shasta.
transfer portal.
But I'm gonna miss the people on my team. I made a lot of people along the. I made a lot of.
Made. You made a lot of people?
You made a lot of
I
people.
think you
Dang,
met a lot
Jackson,
of people.
okay.
I mean,
Dang.
I met a lot of
Get a
people
load
along
of
the
this
way.
guy.
I'm thankful. I'm thankful for
Ooh.
my coaches, my friends.
Yeah, that 10U
That-
team was really good.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we went like 6-5. Not counting playoffs, but we went 6-4.
You guys are so lucky you had 9 games.
I know.
We
Did
had-
they have 9 or they have
We-
10?
Did
Well,
you
there
guys-
was
I
10
think
teams,
there's-
which is 9 games.
Yeah, because
I knew that.
LP got booted up to Shasta's division.
Yeah, and then
Mm.
Who did that?
Wairika was a new,
By Rika and Weed.
Weed was a new team, and then Wairika got bumped up.
We destroyed Weed. It was sad.
Yeah.
Like after the game, me and my friends lined up. We were so happy because we didn't have a win like that in a long time. We literally said, with someone recording, just give me my money.
Oh my god.
God. Hey, Zane, cut that out.
Yeah, get a load of this guy.
But yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
I remember last time I said, "Give me my money" on the football field. It was not a good day. Yeah. So basically, we were getting water and stuff, and we were about to go back on the field, and someone came up to me. They were like, "Yo, you should get Seabass to do the just give me my money meme thing."
Oh.
And so we all went up to Seabass, and I was like, "Okay, Seabass, we're gonna say, give me my money," and he was like, he basically just like made me look like a fool and made me do
Yo,
push-ups. I mean, rightfully so. It was it was wrong time. You know, we were on the football field and we
I
were-
was like getting water, and I wasn't with you guys at the time. I was like, I was talking to, I think I was talking to Preston.
yeah.
I think. No, Preston was with you guys. I don't know. I was just in the background, and I see Jaden, like Seabass, like kind of reaming Jaden, like, stop doing these TikTok trends.
Yeah.
Be a leader. Be yourself.
Yeah.
Don't follow these things. And I just see Jaden like tearing up, doing push-ups, and I'm like, what just happened? What the hell?
Everyone else
did I
was like,
miss?
"Yo,
This
Jaden,
was
what just
30
happened?"
This was a 30-second water break. What?
Yeah, but yeah, no, I definitely learned my lesson right there
Yeah.
to not do that.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I-
there's a time and place.
I haven't
Yeah.
said that in like a long time.
Yeah.
Just said it again.
I know. I know.
Yeah.
See,
A
Bass, I
minute.
wasn't trying to make you mad. Thank you.
Seabass is gonna ream
You're
me
gonna.
now. Hey, turn the pod
Push
off.
up,
gonna-
push ups right now. You know, hit
He's
the
gonna
camera.
read me off camera, bro.
So yeah, like you were saying with Cali Bowl, and then bringing it back to All Stars. How was your All Star game, Jackson?
We lost 20-0,
Ooh.
but
Kidding.
it was fun. I got like a sack and a tackle at the line of scrimmage, cause
Hey, didn't you not even play till the second quarter?
shut the hell up.
You gonna take that?
Didn't you throw no touchdown passes?
I actually almost threw. I threw one, but then it got called
Hey,
back
didn't it
because the
get called
receiver
back, though?
pushed him. Yeah. No, it was low key a duck though, because I threw it way too high and the receiver had to push off and didn't catch it.
Moonball.
But so I was supposed to be elected for tackle for All Stars, but I was like, my coaches were like, they saw some film off of me, and so they were like, they're nominated this kid for tackle, put him at freaking DN, because I was DN for like the last part of my season.
Yeah.
And because I'm kind of fast a little bit, but
Are you? Oh my god, that was a lie. Hey, we don't lie on this podcast. Come on.
guys. That's a vice.
If you know, you're supposed to be virtuous and not lie here. Okay, buddy?
I'm not lying. I said kind of fast. Okay.
Kind of fast without the S.
Kind of fast.
Fast is
Kind
an
of fast eating your Big
overstatement.
Macs.
Kind of fast going to 7-Eleven. Kind of fast to that drive-through.
Okay.
Kind of fast food.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, just go.
Right.
Come on.
But
Almost fast. Yeah. So they let you play D end.
yeah, and so I said that to them, and they were like, "Oh, we already know, kid. We're gonna put you at DN." And so I played DN. I was super good.
Were you though?
Yeah, I
Okay,
was,
okay,
because you
kidding.
watched.
Yeah, I watch. I know.
You watched my game,
Yeah, I know.
and I got one dude.
Did he watch it?
Yes, he watched it. Weren't you on the field doing water boy?
No, I was up in the stands.
Oh, my bad.
Okay.
Because you were chilling with your girlfriend.
You're saying?
Yeah.
Back on track.
Come on, go.
You said you tackled someone by.
But
You just
by like my finger,
your fingertips. You don't.
because I hooked their jersey like this, and I grabbed
Odd.
his jersey and I fell down and I took him down, and then me and my friend so I don't know, out of this random thing, I made friends with a West Valley kid like really quickly, because we had a lot in common and we laughed so hard together.
Both linemen.
Yeah.
Yep.
He was an X-Men too.
Just like you.
And
buddy.
we made
just
this we made a handshake, and so after I got my sack, we were like dun 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 dun,
Sword posing.
And then
Pancake City.
but after I got my sack, I landed on my knee wrong, and it felt like it kind of shifted a little bit. So I had to go out, and I was limping, and the medic came over, put ice on it. But then I was like, and my coach knew me well enough to know, that shouldn't have hurt me.
Yeah.
But like after like 10 minutes, he walked up to me and said, "Hey, bud, get off. Time to get off those stands. Come on." And I was like, I was kind of getting babied at that point. I was like, "Coach, my knee." And he was like, "Screw your knee." And I was like, "Yeah, like, I'm not that kind of.
Yeah,
I'm not that
screw
kind.
my knee.
Screw my knee." I was like,
Yeah, it gets to a point where
I took the.
you really have to know: are you injured? Are you hurt? Are you
Yeah.
like faking it?
Mhm.
Can you
Yeah.
push passes?
Yeah.
Because there's definitely a difference between being injured and being hurt.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you're just hurt, you get over yourself. But if you're injured, you actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then thing that also kind of makes me mad that I used to do is like if I would be hurt and I'd take like
Out for
a
the
play or
season.
two off
Out for
and
the
then like
season.
I just go back in like nothing happened. If I was only out for a play or two, I was not injured at all. I was definitely hurt. So it kind of makes me mad.
Yeah, if you're out for a play or two, that's just like faking it.
Yeah, pretty
If
much.
you're out for a player or two, the other team's gonna score a touchdown on your team. Like, let's come on.
But yeah, I
Yeah, we
kind
know
of
Jaden was out for a play
Gotta
or
let
two.
the-
That was.
You might do better.
Gotta
yeah,
let
probably.
No, I was like CV area where.
Yeah, you might do better.
imagine you just
If I
got
was
your
at
spot
quarterback and I
taken
had to
in.
go out, you guys
two
probably would have
plays.
done better. When I was
No,
at CV.
I'm talking about like. It was an immediate fumble. When you went out at quarterback, just in like
Oh.
any game.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Didn't you
Yeah.
get like one rushing touchdown?
I got. Yeah. One.
Because it was like a trick play that you and
Did-
Kaysen came
Did
up
you-
with.
did
No,
you
it
get
was not a
rushing
trick
that was
play,
that was a
Jackson.
receiving
Or
touchdown.
no, it was like, yeah, it was a receiving touchdown. I bet.
Yeah, I had a receiving
Yeah.
touchdown as a quarterback.
Yeah,
That was
that's cool.
that was the trick play.
Yeah.
But no, I did have one rushing
Uh,
touchdown. But
You know what
Jacob.
we need to get Jackson? Like a big old chain that says IHOP on it. Like iced out.
yeah,
Like a
literally,
pancake.
yeah, pancake
Like,
with syrup on it.
Like
butter.
Jacob, imagine if you just got your spot taken in 2 plays.
You can't.
I can't. Yeah,
Yeah, what
Literally
it-
can't.
but
If Jacob's
so-
not on the field,
Like he
his
just
team's
throws.
not.
It's gonna be like a Tom Brady moment.
Yeah.
If Jacob's out for 2 plays and the kid's just gonna perform better. Just the better pick,
Like-
the better
Yeah.
option.
Yeah.
Like this is what Tom Brady said. Once they put me on the field, they're never gonna take me off.
Yeah.
Cause
It's Jacob.
But yeah, so pretty interesting, pretty
Yeah.
fun All-Star game.
How did your All-Star game go, Jacob?
Oh, it actually went really well. I think we ended up winning 30-6, which was pretty big win. But at the beginning of the game, I think we scored first. Oh, yeah, we scored first on a tight end. He ran a corner, wide open. Quarterback threw a dot and then took it all the way. But then they ended up scoring right after that, and it was 8-6. We ended up making our PAT. They ended up missing. I'm like, oh, okay, this is gonna be a good game. And then after that, it was still kind of close. We didn't end up scoring. We ended up scoring like another time before half, or like maybe twice before half. But then they were also moving the ball like pretty well, and I thought it was gonna be still a close game. But then after half, it was a momentum switch, and it was like just marching the ball all the way down, and then we'd score, and then we just stopped them 4 and out or 3 and out. Stop them this play. They didn't barely make anything the next play. So it was like pretty much just our game after that, and it was like no turning back from there. It was like 28-6, and we put our backups in, and they were like still crushing it, and they were doing like really good.
Yeah,
I know.
momentum changes
well,
games.
there's not really backups in All Stars.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
any
Yeah, even
like
the
that
backups.
I wonder how that is for coaches.
Yeah.
Because all
To
your
have,
players
like-
are so freaking good.
Yeah.
But like
There's
you
no
have to put
backup.
the gooder players.
Gooder.
I don't actually say that word.
Yes, he
I've
does.
never said gooder.
Hey,
I was just trying to.
Yeah.
lying's bad.
Better. Just
Okay.
say better.
No, but yeah, it must be hard for coaches because they have.
Hey, who's big
So many
brother?
I know. I
options.
was just joking. I was
Who-
gonna
who-
say better, but then
Okay, okay.
I wanted to joke around. I'm not actually serious.
Okay, so yeah, because they have so many options.
The
Yeah.
first and last
And-
pod these two are ever gonna be on together.
Yeah.
All
'Cause-
right. See you guys later.
But
No, I'm kidding.
yeah, the PV coach, who was one of our All-Star coaches, really made that clear that all of us are all-stars at the end of the day, and we made it for a reason because we're great players and great people. And then he said that it would be extremely hard to choose one of you as the best. So, and then he said, don't be sad if you weren't the first team, because at the end of the day, you guys are all great players.
Yeah.
And you're representing something much bigger than football. You're representing the Shriners
Yeah,
Hospital at the end of the day.
Definitely.
I remember I watched half your game, and it was a close game. Like, it was, what was the score? Like 6-0 or
It
something?
was 8-6 at
8-6,
half. Or 8-6, like almost at halftime or something.
Yeah, I stayed till half, and I was like, dang, is Jacob's team going to win? And unfortunately, I had to leave because I had to get home. But, yeah, it was close, and then I heard that you guys won 30-6.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, what?
Yeah.
That did not look like the team that I saw in the first half.
Mhm.
And so that just goes to show, like, what a momentum switch can actually do
Definitely.
for a team.
Oh, yeah. And then,
When everything starts clicking,
uh,
you can
Literally,
teams can
yeah.
go
Yeah.
from 0 to hero.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially an all-star team. Like,
yeah.
if you... And it's
Oh,
hard for
yeah.
all-star teams because a lot of...
They don't get
Kids
that
don't have-
proper time to practice together, so
Together,
they don't
yeah.
really have a full bond, and
Exactly.
they're not like a complete team.
Definitely.
It's their- it's-
chemistry.
It's
But
their
you know when
skill.
they do get that,
It's
Yeah.
their skill that, like, fills in the spot of chemistry.
And
Yeah.
then also, I want to like really thank this person from Orville on our D line. He was, I don't know if he like heard it or if he like recognized it, but he figured out if it was 5 yards and shorter and they were about to score, it was a QB sneak. He figured out what play 1 and 2 meant. So it was like, so he
you
figured
got
that
their
out.
playbook.
Yeah, because they had a play that they kept killing us with. It was a play action bootleg, and their quarterback was really good dual threat. So like it's kind of hard to choose, but he
You
was just
cover
throwing.
passy runs.
Yeah, he was just throwing dots and then kept killing us. And then one of our D linemen figured out that this is that play. So when we have the chance to stop it, we actually can, and it actually helped us a lot. So we're gonna give props to everyone who just helped me out in that game. And then like if I miss, it was actually really cool because if I missed a tackle or if I misread something, I'd always have really good teammates who would be there to fill or to help me. Not to say that at regular season I didn't, but
You didn't.
just from
You didn't.
okay, but just from
Just
regular.
throwing shade at the Shasta 12U.
No,
Yeah.
no. I like the kids. The kids are cool.
But
And it's
from-
not a bad team. Like, you got some good players. I'll give you that.
Hey, they won a game when I was on the sideline being water boys.
Yeah, Devin
that
was
just
water
says
boy.
something.
Yeah.
I had
my
all those
aura.
touchdowns that game. That was my
He
water
did.
boy.
Didn't
Turn a
you,
water boy every game next year.
didn't you
Alright.
did you play linebacker?
Yeah, I played outside backer in All Stars, which I was actually really I was fine with because I played outside backer and quarterback during regular season, and I really wanted to play quarterback because I feel like I would have got more exposure and I would have done better there. But at the end of the day, we're a team and we have to make sacrifices, like Devin said. So I was glad playing backer.
Well,
And
plus, wasn't your arm clapped?
yeah.
Hey, but
How about
defen-
how about you
defense
tell
wins
them what's going on
championships,
with your
though.
arm right now?
So during the Las Plumas game, it was just a normal game.
This is a or like a shit. This moment shows you injured versus hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
This story.
it was our game against Las Plumas. We're like 0-3 at the time. I really wanted to beat them, and then they just get out there and they start killing us. They do an onside kick, recover, score another onside kick, recover, and it's like almost like 20, maybe 20-0 or something right before half, and they do kind of like a reverse or like a inside give or something, kind of like sneaky, and the outside backer, I seal the edge. He cuts up. I'm like here, he's here, and then he didn't run outside, but he cut up, and then I came inside, made the tackle, and I landed on my shoulder wrong. And at first, I didn't think much of it because on my shoulder pads there was 2 layers. There's like the thin layer on the bottom,
Yeah.
and there's a top layer. But
You
I
also
thought,
got that adrenaline going.
yeah, definitely. And then what I thought had happened is I thought that bottom layer got scooped up or something and was like stabbing me because I felt
Oh.
stabbing, and then
Yeah.
I'll have to show you guys the film, but I'll show you the film after this pod. But I keep doing this, keep trying to fix it, thinking that it's just messed up. So then at halftime, I'm like, Coach, something's wrong with my shoulder, and then the lady who like I don't know what they're called, like just like
Medic?
pretty much the medic on the field, yeah, comes over. She says there's like a 90% chance you fractured your clavicle. like, no, bro. And I wanted to play
Out
so
for the
bad.
season.
Yeah, but then
Were you out for a game or no?
yeah, I missed the Foothill game.
Damn.
And then so I take it off. I go to the ER, and they say nothing's wrong with my shoulder. They say my shoulder is perfectly fine. So I'm like, okay, guess I was injured. Wow, I can't believe you. And then so I go to play, and I missed one game, Foothill game. I'm actually kind of glad I missed it, but at the same time, I'm like, come on, if you played the rest of the season, you should just played that game.
Yeah.
But
Plus, it's
then-
Foothill.
Yeah,
Like, if I had to miss the Foothill game, oh, man.
yeah, it kind of pissed me off. But, and then after Foothill, I can't remember who we played, but just had a good game. And then once we got towards the end of our season, my shoulder was still bad. So we scheduled an MRI. I went to the MRI, and I figured out I had a torn ligament in my shoulder, and I broke, not even fractured, I broke my clavicle.
Because the IR was lying to you, bro.
Yeah, for real. So I was like, wow. And then I was like, dang, I really played through that. And I kind of thought of it as good fortune. I was like, wow, that really showed I am a warrior, as not as bad fortune as like, oh, I really played through that. I really think of it as good fortune, which is honestly how I should have thought of it, which I did, which I'm actually really proud of myself for doing that.
Yeah, because
And
it
then-
shows what your limits are, and
Mhm.
you can push past that, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. So then I finished the season, and then we win our last game against Chico. I think 14-6. We went 1-8. Finally, we won a game though. I was really excited. I'm like, please pick me for All Stars, please. Not after all this, I don't make All Stars. I make All Stars. I'm so excited. And then, I was almost told that I couldn't play because of my shoulder, but
But then you're like, heck no, Jigsaw.
Isn't
yeah.
it just starting to get better now, too?
Yeah, it's almost fully healed.
Almost fully healed?
If not fully healed.
Good,
So-
good.
So I played the All-Star game. I had a pretty solid game. Started at outside backer, and yeah, I think it was honestly a really cool experience to I honestly think of it as I wanted to kind of break my shoulder just to show that I'm not just gonna stop just because something happens.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I wish it didn't happen, but also it's
But
like
it builds character.
yeah, definitely. So I feel like pretty cool. Hell of a season.
Yeah.
17 touchdowns, but didn't have a good season. But I personally did and had a great experience. So
Yeah.
and then bleeding that into All Stars, I had a great All Star experience. We won 30-6, and I just want to really thank you guys. All my All Star teammates, all my football teammates, my coaches, and everything like that. Seabass. I just want to thank everyone that just helped me persevere through that and help me become a player that can do that.
Yeah. Other
Yeah.
people around you really help and uplift you as a person, as a player.
Mm-hmm.
The outside support really can help.
Yeah.
I know
Definitely.
from experience. I don't know how far along I'd be if I'd be as good of a sports player as I am, or as good of a person as I am, if I didn't have these external things that are helping me be a better person.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And then I feel like externals is a big part of character because an external is something you can't control. And then going along with character, if you can't control it, you learn from it, and then you have people help you learn from it. And honestly,
Yeah.
I feel like externals are a big part of how to build character.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Because
100%.
Jaden, remember that story about your finger? Tell him about your finger.
Oh, yeah. So
oh, yeah, you had a.
my 8th grade season, I broke my finger on the very first practice of the season, July 17th. Broke my finger taking under center snaps, and
Humpback finger.
didn't know it was broken. It just hurt really bad. I thought it was just stubbed, and I played the whole entire season, and then I found out it was broken before my All-Star game, and I was like, dude, I need to play this All-Star game because I had to get a pin in my finger, and I can't play in the All-Star game if I have a pin in my finger.
And that was when we lost our Bethel game.
Yeah.
In flag football.
Well, not even
Yes.
that, but I'm just talking.
I had to step up and play quarterback.
Yeah.
I know, but we can block.
Fucking lost.
But I dropped a dime to Jacob.
Yeah,
that was nice.
sure.
Dude, I was gonna say that exact play. That was open, and I was gonna tell you, but then you just hit it, and I was like, dude, I
I
can't
don't even need your help.
Yeah,
man. I could be
we
the
switched me
quarterback.
and because I wasn't really putting in the effort, and then I just burnt the corner down and threw me a dot and took it.
Yeah. But yeah, I had broken my finger the whole entire 8th grade football season, and I played through it, probably making it worse every single day with practice and stuff.
Yeah,
But-
every time like you'd something like minor would happen, and you'd be like, "Oh, my
Yeah,
finger."
I would scream. And so I got that fixed, but then I actually re-broke it like the day before a basketball tournament. And
Yeah,
no,
in
And it was
practice.
like it was like
Yeah.
bleeding
Yeah, in practice.
hella
And so-
bad.
Wasn't it because somebody
I-
shot? I think
you
I
shot it
three
and,
and
like-
drained it. And
no,
you
no,
like,
you didn't drain it. It hit the backboard, and I thought it was gonna
Oh,
hit the
shoot.
rim, and so I put my hands right when it hit the backboard.
No, I swear it was. I swear it went in. Bro.
You did
Yeah.
not
I
make it.
swear
You
it
did
like
not make
swished,
it.
and you just like.
If it swished and it would have
you
slowed down, and I
went
would have
to-
caught it.
No, but it was like one of them where it just like bangs in really hard, and you just like go to grab the rebound, and
Just
you know,
go.
humpback fingers uncoordinated, so it just goes. Bah!
Yeah.
um,
So I know some people know whenever my finger gets any little bit of pain, I just get pissed. I don't get pissed at them. I just get pissed at my finger because I'm just I'm so done with this finger. Ever since I started
Just
playing
cut it
quarter,
off.
ever since I started playing quarterback,
yeah.
it's
and-
all my fingers are just done.
Oh, I want to add something about my shoulder. It was honestly really hard playing quarterback and then throwing every practice and then tackling as outside backer. It honestly probably messed it up even more. And then one of the practices, we have this play. It's a handoff to our running back, and then we reverse it, and I'm the lead blocker because I hand it off here and I go and lead block.
Mhm.
And then I went to lead block, and then there's this D lineman, and I went to block him because I think he was DN, and he was setting the edge. I went to block him, and I didn't even hit him hard. And I didn't think he was going to fall so easily. He fell, and I fell with him because I didn't think he was going to fall. And I landed on my shoulder, and it hurt so bad. It hurt more than when I actually heard it in the game. I didn't have as much adrenaline, but also it just hurt so much more. And then, like, after the practice, my mom offered me fast food, and I'm like, no, I just want to go home, and it hurt so bad. Like, and then I was like, oh. And then after, I'm like, I really passed up on fast food, but I'm like, during the moment, I was like, no, it hurts so bad.
Did you get fast food at the end of the day?
Yeah, I got fast food at the end of the day.
What was it?
It was Burger King.
Yeah. You get the rodeo burger? Rodeo burger?
No,
What? Rodeo burgers are the best.
no.
Anyways,
I haven't tried those yet.
you have it?
Are you sure?
Alright, we're not talking about Burger King right now. I'm sorry for asking.
Li-
Two truths
got-
and a lie.
Didn't you guys do that after my All-Star game?
No. Oh, wait, no. We had a different burger place.
Oh,
Is that-
my bad.
We're not talking about burgers right now, Jackson. I know you really want a burger right now. We're not talking about burgers.
Okay.
Didn't you bring that up?
Whatever.
What?
Didn't you bring burgers up?
I asked where he went.
Brothers are alike, so.
We're not talking about burgers
But-
right now, guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, do you guys have anything else to say, really?
Mm,
I think.
I mean,
Nah,
thank you for Jackson for coming on the
Yeah,
podcast
of
today.
course.
First
think-
guest.
Thank
You
you.
did
I
really
think
good.
this was a really good
This was
pod.
really
Thank
good.
you for letting me come out.
Definitely a privilege,
Yeah, of
privilege
course.
to have you on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you for coming out on our pod.
We'll get you a burger after.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Right?
That's
Good.
it.
I think I'm good.
All right. That's good.
Thank
That's
you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, go follow the Insta, and
See y'all on the next one.